Silva 2 for 2 from three-point range. Here's Doncic over Vitaze. Got it. Suggs is with him. Doncic backing in. Jalen trying to hold his ground, reached in. And that will be an and one. And Ayton misses 2 free throws. But the rebound is dug out of there by Smart. Now Reaves fakes. He's open for 3. You can count that one. Orlando trying to hold on and stamp a 3-game losing streak. Austin Reaves puts on the brakes and puts it in. No. 4.7 left. Into James. Fakes. Had it blocked away, but a foul on.
No, I don't think there is a foul. It's knocked out of bounds.
Smart looking at the rim. Throws it out to Kennard. 3-point shot. It's good. 0.6 of a second left. The Lakers take a 105-104 victory over the Orlando Magic.
From the Lakers. Reaves falls. Luka is matched up, but look at Luke Kennard wide open. On
All right. Well, Luke, that looked like fun. Take me through it.
Man. Wow. First off, great execution by us. The play before, we thought we got fouled. Whatever. We came back over here, executed a play, tried to get LeBron at the rim. 2 guys went. Smart made a good play, and I was able to knock it down.
On plays like that, there are obviously multiple reads, right? Multiple places the ball can go. Was that your read to try to get to that spot? And when did you think the ball was going to come your way?
Yeah. I mean, it was a decoy for the most part to set a screen and then space out. And then once 2 guys went with LeBron, I knew I was wide open. Smart made a good play, and I was able to knock it down.
3-point shooting is, of course, one of your best skills. You're number 1 in the league right now in percentage. But how do you kind of clear the brain, clear the mind at that point, knowing what's on the line in a shot like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just being a professional, being ready at all times. I've struggled recently with my shots, and they haven't been falling like I wanted them to. But you go through slumps. That's what it's a part of. And it's a long season. You just got to take it day by day, and that's what I do.
I mean, so many big moments on this trip already. Just Luka, what he's done, LeBron and Austin Reaves. For you, you've talked about how much you enjoyed being a part of the purple and gold. What is it like to come through in a moment like that?
It's great. Obviously, we're on a long road trip. We've played some really good games so far, and to come out with a gutty win like that, and to have an impact like that to help us win the game, it means a lot, and I'm ready to go celebrate.
I was going to say, go celebrate. Go ahead. See ya.
Thank you.
The good times, they keep on rolling for the Lakers, who have now won their 9th straight. They are 22-6 now in the clutch, guys. They've won 12 of their last 13, not to mention are 4-0 on this current 6-game road trip. Derek, I'll start with you. Biggest takeaway out of this one?
I mean, so many takeaways. We had a full hour. We'll get to the other ones. The basketball gods are real. They really are.
JJ, just first on the final shot, you had the view kind of right in line from where Luke's shot was. Just the emotions of it all, seeing the ball go up in the air, and how the ball got into his hands based on what you were looking at to draw up out of the timeout.
Yeah. So down 2, and we get LeBron open. We actually just challenged this call in our last game, and the ball got initially hit, but then if LeBron still has possession of the ball and then gets fouled across the arm, that's considered a foul because we challenged that. We lost that challenge. So again, another night where explanations just get changed based on a whim. We had to overcome a lot tonight, and by that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Greg St. Jean drew up the baseline out of bounds play. We were looking at LeBron as sort of the first option on that slip. Maybe Luka coming off the double if they messed up on a red. Braun did a great job drawing 2. And I just, for Smart, he makes the first baseline or side out of bounds play, makes the right pass, perfect on the money to LeBron, and then on the baseline to have to go through your check downs, and then he recognizes that Luke was wide open as soon as he caught it and released it. Yeah, we knew it was in. We all had that perfect angle. It was whatever the highest grade on Noah is. It would have been that.
We had that conversation a couple weeks ago about, how many shots Luke makes in an empty gym, right? Like, and there's probably nobody in the world, right, who's going to knock down more than those. Even he said one or two more than you. How do you feel for him getting that moment now after all the moments on this road trip from other guys?
I'm really happy for him. I really am. Him and I had a great conversation this morning. He's. He wants it so bad. He wants to help this team, and I think it's hard getting traded midseason. I've talked about it so many times, and sometimes you get in an early rhythm, and then sometimes you get out of that rhythm. And he, all night was just really, really good for us, and deserved that opportunity and all the work. That's a money shot for him.
JJ, without addressing the specifics of what you're talking about in terms of overcoming a lot, generally speaking, your team at times this year has been pretty affected by officiating. Just how
I didn't say officiating.
Your team has been affected by exterior things they cannot control in games.
External situations.
Yeah, sure. Just in terms of growth and poise, how good of a test was this for your team tonight? And just how did you see them come through?
Yeah, I thought we've had a number of things happen in the last couple of weeks. We've had a number of things happen on this road trip that has shown growth for our group. We did a good job of just playing through stuff, whether it was some cold shooting, some hot shooting from them for a little stretch there, getting down, playing on the road. Again, the external circumstances of whatever tonight was, and not allowing that to get us off our game. We just kept playing. We talked about it at halftime. We talked about it in huddles. One of the weirdest games I've been a part of in that regard.
Jay, did you guys get any explanation from the officials on the technical for Luka?
No, but we'll obviously try to get that rescinded. I'm not sure what happened. I do know that there were certain things said in a language that the referees couldn't understand in references to Luka's mom, and I think they just. Austin gets targeted 3 times by Carter. They didn't have a real good control of that basketball game.
And the win streak's now at 9, and you guys done it in a variety of ways, but have the same end result. What's this felt like to ride this wave at this stage of the season?
Man, that's a good question. Every stage of the season is exhausting for different reasons. This week has obviously been a lot in terms of the intensity, the preparation, the travel. We've got 2 more games on this trip. We get to go home for a little bit. We've got our first 2-day break in between games. Not counting All-Star break since December 27th. An opportunity to practice, which is exciting. It's all felt. I think, rewarding to see the growth for the group, but it's on to the next thing. There's a lot we can get better at from tonight. There's a lot we can get better at from Miami. I do think growth-wise, I thought our defense in the second half was on par with where we needed to be. But yeah, it's all kind of blends together, and you got to enjoy the good moments.
A sequence of events there, and the first inbounds pass, you getting it, and the no call, and then getting possession back with Paolo, and how that ending up with a wide open 3 for Luke Kennard. Can you just kind of take me through the swings there?
That's how it's supposed to go. Missed call, and obvious missed call. They missed the call, and turned out the best for us. We was able to hit a 3. Great play calls by Coach St. Jean. JJ drew him up on the board, and we followed him to a T. Marcus made all the reads, and obviously Luke nailed it.
Can you just take me through kind of the exact things that you're doing in a play like that, and then once the ball actually gets to Luke, just kind of the confidence that you have that it's going through?
We got a lot of action going on simultaneously, and once we had the movement going, then my job is to try to, make a hard dive at the rim, and hopefully I can, take my grasp. So hopefully my move to the rim can pull gravity towards it, and it did. And it did. A couple guys went with me, and it left Luke wide open. One of the best shooters in the NBA, so just try to do my job.
So you kind of turn around, right? Once you know that the job is done, where the ball is in his hands, and does elation hit right away? Do you wait till it switches through the net? You still have they could throw the ball down court, whatever.
When I turned and saw who the ball was in his hands on a wide open three, I pretty much knew it was cash. But obviously you got to see it go through, and obviously I had a super quick reaction right after, and I knew they had no timeout, so we had to get back on defense and at least get a hand up, and I think that was Luka against Luka or AR on Suggs, and was able to win the game.
You guys continue to have an elite record in clutch time situations. What's the feeling like, the shared feeling, I guess, when you need to make plays down the stretch, knowing that as a group you've done that so many times throughout the season?
Just a sense of calmness. There's no pressure. We're just calm in those moments. We know we can get stops, and we know we can make plays, and we did that.
You've done this 1,600 and 112 times as of today. I know you stand the moment on these types of things, but you had to know, like, you're prepping tonight to play the most regular season games of anybody. What was that like?
It was a regular prep day. I mean, I kept it, the same as the previous, whatever, 1,600, whatever the record is. But I knew, once I stepped on the floor and the game began, that I was breaking the record, and that's a pretty cool thing. I said it the other night. The best thing you can have for your teammates is availability, and I've tried to be available throughout my career, 2 decades plus, to my guys, and that's just it's a byproduct of it.
Did it feel fitting that your first bucket was like one of the plays you're probably most known for?
A steal and a dunk. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. It was very fitting.
Various moments where different guys have gotten that kind of being mobbed, right? Like you in Minnesota early in the season, Luka in Miami, other times as well. But Luke tonight, what's it like seeing a teammate who kind of hasn't had that moment yet have it and kind of come through for the team in this context?
Oh wow, that was probably the happiest I've been in a long time. It's just a big shot. He's one of the best shooters in the league, but I think a lot of people will look at it and be like, "Oh, he's wide open. He's supposed to, make it." But in that situation, I don't know how many shots he shot tonight. I know he made 2 threes in the first half, but to knock that down with confidence and give us the win is huge.
The play itself, so I think before LeBron had gotten behind the defense and then he kind of crashed towards the rim, did you feel like Orlando reacted to that and then Marcus made the read, and what was your kind of perspective on the play?
I just told the coaches, I had G draw up the last play again, because sometimes most of the time in those situations, I get so fixated on my job that I don't even really know what happened. So I was just trying not to mess it up on my part. So I ran over there and I had 1 foot off the ground, and Jalen Suggs barely touched me, and I fall on accident. And then after that, I just seen the pass go to him, and obviously made a big shot.
What goes through your head when you look and see who has the ball in his hands and wide open in the wing like that?
Please go in. I don't know. Very confident with not just him, but anybody shooting a shot in that situation. But like I said, he's one of the best shooters in the league, and got a good look. And obviously, once he let it go, it looked good. And then I'm pretty sure it was all net.
Austin, this team has won 9 straight games. 8, I think, are against teams with winning records. Just what's the feeling right now as a group, confidence-wise, when you guys take the court together?
Good. We've done we've done it in different ways. We've won ugly games where we wasn't great offensively. Won it with our defense, and then we've dominated some games offensively. We dominated some games offensively, but just getting a rhythm, playing alongside one another, having fun, and
take us through the emotions of when you see a teammate come through like that. The ball's in the air. You got mobbed in Miami, and to be able to kind of go do that for Luke, it was been trying to have a moment like that.
It was pretty awesome. I saw Smart under the basket, saying it's good. So he looks one of the best shooters in the NBA. So we had the whole confidence in him. It was a lot of guys that made a great play. LeBron with the cut to make him open, Smart with the pass. So it was beautiful to see.
Certain things that didn't go your way as a team tonight, whether it was certain calls or just the way that the ball bounced. How do you feel then seeing the ball go in and 9 straight wins and just kind of continuing the momentum you've had?
It was pretty impressive. I think I played terrible. The team, I think we didn't play good, and we still to come down to the last minute away game to win this game was pretty impressive.
Luka, you said you didn't play good in this game as a team. You've won a lot of games in different ways. What do you think impresses you the most about this winning streak and the way you guys have put this together?
I honestly think just the chemistry. The chemistry we have on the court. There's some time, we struggle to score, we struggle to defend, and we just come up with things that good teams do. And I would say the chemistry is at the top. We're trusting each other, and that's awesome to see.
Luka, going back to the Orlando loss, that was a last-minute play that didn't go your guys' way. How do you think the team has grown since that game, and kind of bookending it from then to now? How do you think you guys have grown?
I think we're in a way better spot. I think we're fighting. We're putting the effort in. Like I said today, I don't think we play good. We still come up with a win in the away game. But since then, this 9-game streak has been awesome. We all enjoy. I think we're all having fun in the court, and that's awesome.
Luka, I know you've been really focused on not picking up that 16 technical. You got called for one tonight for talking to Goga. Just what happened there, and are you hopeful in some ways that you'll be able to play on Monday?
I'm definitely hoping. Obviously, I let my team down. Getting that last stack. But honestly, I wasn't trying to. He set it free. And at some point, it's his basketball court. At some point, I just can't stand. I got to stand up for myself. But I know I got to do better. My teammates, I know they have my back, so I let them down today. But hopefully, it get rescinded.
The rest in here, what language did you say?
It was in Serbian.